Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your before we get into it, if you would like to study tarot with me, I'm talking about a 12-week course. I'm not talking about a whole bunch of videos. I'm talking about you and me over the course of 12 weeks, getting you from A to B. In fact, A to Z. Even if I do say so myself. If you want to be a part of that, hit the link in the description box below. Look out for my Loving Luna series that is coming out. We'll be talking about the moon and astrology and astro tarot and all of that good stuff. If you want to get yourself one of my amazing calendars, you can do that on the link in the description box below. And also, if that's not enough and you don't want any of that, you can bag yourself a reading at a ridiculously reduced price. So check those out. And it would be wonderful for you to help Reydiant Reality find its permanent home. I'm really, really excited about this. So for your key to the week, you have the World card. Something is coming full circle. This is where you are taking a big leap, right? Now, the Fool would represent a leap of faith, whereas the World represents not even a calculated leap. It just represents stepping onto or into a new level, a new era, a new understanding of self. This is about you grabbing some sort of dignity or some sort of mastery. This is going to see you coming into a really amazing and very powerful space on a personal level. It could as well, in some way, shape or form, you might be called upon this week for, I want to say like for your expertise, but it feels like more than that. It's almost like maybe you're called upon this week to present something. So maybe somebody asks you your opinion and you don't even realize that it's going out to way more people than, you know, than just the person that's asking. This could be a great week for you. For your actions and options this week, you have the Death card. Interesting, because I think it was Cancer that had this same card in this position. And I said to them, right, look at this. Something is coming to an end, but as it comes to an end, you're ascending to a brand new level. What I love about this deck as well, I can't remember the name of it, but it's by Ciro Marchetti. If you look there in the center of the World card, that is actually the Fool. And it's the Fool in this deck as well. So it kind of makes total sense, right? That whole coming full cycle thing. Your Death card here. So on a wider world stage message, we may be hearing of, you know, and there's been a whole slew of older celebrity deaths here in the UK. Like, you know, people that were well established, even, you know, when I was younger. Like, we've had Sean Connery, a guy called Des O'Connor. Not unless you're from the UK, you wouldn't really know who he is, but it's really, you know, it's like crazy. And I kind of feel like this might be another one of those. I'm sad to say. On a personal level though, this is going to see you releasing something for something better. So whatever you decide to end or to finish or to complete this week, you've already got a beeline. You've already got a complete understanding of what it is that's coming up next. And it kind of feels like maybe you had a plan to phase out of what you're doing now and to go into something else. So let's say it's like a job. Maybe you had a plan, right? You know, I'm going to do this for a while and then I'm going to transition into, you know, my own business. This week might present you with the choice or the opportunity or even just the decision that you kind of have to, there's not going to be the transition period, it's just going to have to go for it. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Six of Wands right underneath the World card. You are supported, you have everything that you need to get started on wherever it is that you're going. I mean, I love this as well because this is good news that's coming in for you, and it's good news in relation to something that you've already done, something that you've already created, something that you've put out there, something that you've spoken on. It's like really, you know, like a good result that comes in from that, which I absolutely love. Communications are going to be pretty good for you guys this week, it looks like, which is nice. I think this is probably a week though where you might want things to be more fun than they actually are. So just try to find a way to balance that, because if you're like, yeah, in party mode, and everybody else is like, dun dun dun. It's a little bit of a, it's going to be a little bit of a clash. For your money and materials, you have the Hierophant card. This is very interesting to me, very interesting, because your Hierophant card is the bigger institutions. For some of you, this is getting the go-ahead on a loan. For some of you, this is if you've applied for finance, if you've applied for a loan, if you've applied for a mortgage, anything like that. If you've applied for something where you're applying for big money, the money that you need is there, but more importantly, the successful result of that application comes through this week, which I really like for you guys. And it's kind of like whatever you're working on, or whatever it is that you've gone for, it's going to launch you in a different direction. I just don't think you've got the time that you would have wanted, to do it sort of as a smooth transition. I think it's going to be a bit more of a, do you know what I mean? For your physical health and vitality, it's funny that this comes up here, because I think I remember saying it to the Saggies as well. The throat and the neck. You really want to look after this area this week. And if it is that this came up in the December reading, that's a double hit of that message now. So really, look after that space, within your body. And for your home and environment, the Hierophant card underneath the Death card. I don't think this is a death, but I do feel like something that you were planning to do with the home or for the home is either going to be put on hold, or you decide to take that in a different direction. So it was going to be this, like as an example, that was going to be my office, but instead we've decided to turn it into a snug or a library. Do you know what I mean? Like you could just be doing something different with the space than you had originally planned. For your love and relations, you've got the King of Pentacles. You guys are in the money this week. Like, I love it, right? Look at that. King of Pentacles with the Hierophant card. That's a big institution and a big financial institution. So if you and your partner are doing something on that sort of monetary level, it's working, right? You've got what you need. The go-ahead is there. For those of you that are single, this could be you meeting somebody that is a bit more earthy, a bit more grounded, somebody that will, certainly bring your hoofs down to the floor. Sagittarius is quite lofty and fun and vibrant. And the King of Pentacles is usually an earth sign person, Taurus, Capricorn, or a Virgo, and that's a very different energy. Doesn't mean that it can't work, it just means that it's very different. And I kind of feel like for those of you that are connecting with somebody new this week, or connecting with somebody that is kind of in that sort of general love kind of area, the feeling that I get from it is that they are not only providing you with stimuli, but they're also giving you a real strong sense of what is possible. I like this a lot. I think it's great. An earth sign person could feature for you this week as well if you are single and looking. Possibly more likely to be a Capricorn or a Taurus than any other. For those of you that are single and looking and, out there mingling. Although if you're in the UK, you're definitely not out there and mingling, because we're currently under lockdown again, which should be ending on the 2nd of December. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.